Hey kids, this is Princess Read-A-Lot from Kids Reading Corner 207. And today we're going to read Do You Have a Hat by Eileen Spinelli, illustrated by Geraldo, Valerio. Do you have a hat? Do you have a hat? Something fuzzy, warm, and red to keep the snowflakes off your head. Or maybe floppy, brimmed in blue, when summer sun shines on you. Do you have a hat? Francisco de Goya had a hat with candles on the brim, a clever hat that suited him, that made a chandelier of light for painting far into the night. Do you have a hat? Carmen Miranda had a towering hat of plums and cherries, peaches, oranges, and berries, plump bananas by the bunch, a hat her friends could eat for lunch. Do you have a hat? Abraham Lincoln had a stovepipe hat, black and tall, a presidential carryall. Abe Lincoln wore it round the town with documents inside the crown. Do you have a hat? Nat Love had a cowboy hat to wear, of course, or carry water to his horse, to give a pesky fly a slap, or to play the pillow for a nap. Do you have a hat? Isabella Bariva had a cone-shaped hat so very high, it poked a gargoyle in the eye. The doorways had to be redone, so she could fit through every one. Do you have a hat? Walt Whitman had a rather old and shabby hat, at times a makeshift table mat, for writing poems in the sun or eating supper on the run. Do you have a hat? Louis Comet had a hat to close his magic act. A normal-looking hat, in fact, but reaching in as was his habit, Louis produced a bunny rabbit. Do you have a hat? John Chapman had a hat. They say he wore a cooking pot. Some folks believe that, some do not. If true, he was a sight indeed, a pot topped sour of an apple seed. Do you have a pot? Do you have a hat? Amelia Earhart had a hat. So did Daniel Boone. It's true. Charlie Chaplin, Sari Ride, all of them had hats. Do you? Do you have a hat? A fancy hat? A hat that's plain, a hat for walking in the rain. A hat with feathers, flowers, bows, a hat that hoots, a hat that glows, a magic hat, a cap, a crown, a country hat, a hat for town, a single hat squashed flat or tall is better than no hat at all. The end. Thanks for listening and read lots.